This is day 44 and welcome to Holding Circle. That's our theme for today, and I'm going to talk about a little bit further in after I know everybody's found us. And so in the meantime, while we're waiting for everybody to get here, what I'm going to do is I'm going to get ready to do a little bit of Tai Chi to get the flow going. So the first thing that I thought we would do today is let me move that camera a little bit more, is I'm going to do the seated foot exercises, which we haven't done for a little while. So let's get that started. All right, and it'll just be tapping the toe. And remembering that it's the accent up that's the most important rather than the accent down. And the accent up allows that little pump in the heel to start the circulation, to start the flow, coming all the way through the legs. Beautiful. Okay, so let's change sides, tapping on the other side. So I see we have some more people that have joined on, and I can't see names at the moment, but if you just want to join me, I'm just starting to get the flow coming through the body, letting everything go. So this is tapping so the foot comes up. And our focus is on how much flexibility we have in the foot and the articulation. So if it's a little tap and you accent down, you're not going to have too big a movement, and we want to lift up. Okay, so there's more people coming on, so welcome, good to see you. Okay, so I just did toe taps on either side, and so now I'm just going to take my hands, put them into fists, and we're going to go side to side. And while you're doing this, for those of you that know how to release that lower back, see if you can focus into that now and make sure your back is relaxed. Okay, if this is the first day doing this, you may not notice that, but we have many layers in Tai Chi. And as you go through your learning, eventually the layers will reveal themselves to you. Okay, so this is opening all the way through the back. Bring the feet back to center. And we're going to take the heels. All right. And from this position, now we're going to take the feet and we're going to open the toes out and then bring them back in. Open and close. Just really let that go. So now this will be tighter. And then this is just like everything just totally relaxes. Lower back relaxes, everything drops. And you're really wanting to just find where the movement has no tension in it. Okay? Tai Chi is not an exercise program. So you're not working out when you do Tai Chi. You are cultivating energy when you do Tai Chi. And that comes from how you find relaxation. So if you do Tai Chi tense, or with the same vigor that you approach many of the chores in your house, trying to get things done, Tai Chi is not that. It's a very slow, relaxed, peaceful process, and we just have to find that. Okay, so there's that. All right, so now if you put the feet together, we've got heel, toe, heel, sliding your foot across the floor, pointing the toe, and you can raise it or not, it's up to you. Letting it go down, coming back. And out. All right, so I hear the weather in Calgary is absolutely gorgeous today, and you so deserve to have some nice, wonderful weather. We have a blizzard going on at the moment. It's damp and cool, but right where we are, we didn't get as much snow as everywhere else in the province, so we're feeling a little bit lucky today. I don't know if I'll ever get all the sweaters off, but that's all right. Okay, so now I flex my foot, sliding the heel out, and then letting it pop open on the way. So you've got out, popping open behind the knee. Really giving it a good flex. This really is one of the best exercises that I think I've learned of all exercises, well, aside from Donnie's. Just because it's so easy. You can do it under the table. You can do it at your desk. And you can do it when you're waiting. There's just so many places you can sneak it in. So ball of the foot, drop, ball of the foot, drop. Okay, and this one, if it's hard for you to lift your foot off the floor, that is key. Putting the ball of the foot down with the toes down on the floor. If your toes pop up, then your reflexes are reversed of what you want. You want your toes down, you need them for balance. And then dropping the heel down. Ball of the foot, down, ball of the foot, down. If this is easy for you, you can pick up the pace a little bit. If it's not easy for you, take your time. This is a really good learning to get the coordination from the front side of the body to the back side of the body. And I say it that way because a lot of times we move forward, but we don't actually move backwards. And we need that action because it feeds information back to the brain. And this little action does it. So now we can go ball of the foot, point your toe, ball of the foot, flat. I'm just going to turn my foot so you can see it. Ball of the foot, ball of the foot, toe, ball of the foot, flat. Ball, toe, ball, flat. This is a little extra that I put in because some people can't articulate from the ball of the foot to the toe. And so when I say ball, a lot of people will go toe. But there's this part that's the middle part, and then the toe, ball, down. So if you're one of those people, again, this is great learning about the parts in your body that are missing movements. And you want those in there. They have a lot of information that they share to the rest of the body. Okay, so now I'm going to do, still leave my foot sideways, ball of the foot, toe, then I'm going to go over the top of my toe, ball of the foot, flat, ball, toe, roll over the top, ball, but I can hear the groans from the people that are on the call. Even though I can't really hear you, I can hear it. Because I know it's your favorite. I haven't done these for a few days. I do them when I'm sitting at my desk, actually. And this, getting through that big toe and opening it up, this is so important. Yesterday we talked about how the walking steps that are happening in the low-cup set help with water flow and getting swelling out of the bottom of the legs. And this can be extremely helpful for that to happen. Okay, now some people will be groaning at me. Their toes do not want to do that. I have shown you before, and there are videos on the YouTube channel about how to take your foot to the side of the chair and then walk through to wherever it's comfortable. Okay, so that's an option. So some people would be hanging out here, and just even to get the foot to lie flat, it's hard. Some people will try to bring up their toe and have been able to put it over. So I just wanted to raise that awareness. If that's one of the challenges you have, then you can take your hand, put it on your foot, and just pull your foot and just curl the arch of the foot right over. And that can be very helpful for getting articulation to happen through those feet. Okay, so if that's the case, you're just pulling that big toe over, and you can accomplish it by holding on. So let's try the other side here. Just let that curl right over. And if you notice you've got crampings in the arch of the foot, they will disappear. When you contract the muscle further, it gets the signal it's too tight, and it'll pop it open. And so all of a sudden that cramp will disappear. That's good to know. Okay, so let's go. That gives you that little bit. got Fred Flintstone running. Whole foot, heels are on the floor as well. Okay, so now we've got everything kind of activated coming up and through. So let's do part 2 of the Tai Chi set as our flow part. And for those coming on that may not know, we do the Tai Chi set to get the flow of energy happening. And then we go in and we work on exercises or movements so that we can change the way the tissue functions. But you can't do that until you're relaxed. So we need some deep breathing. So let's put a bow in. That brings our gratitude in. That's coming back up. I see a comment in there which I can't look for. I'll get it in a minute. I think it's Jeanette's. Okay, so this is part 2. So sitting up nice and tall, crossing the hands over. We're going to open the hands and sink back. That would be carrying the tiger to the mountain. And then it's a brush knee right. We're going to fall forward. Bow and arrow comes back with the left hand. Palm towards palm. Open the hands. And then 2 hands go out. This comes back. This would be like whip to one side, but then it turns into whip out diagonal. Comes around this way. So it's close to the other one, but slightly different. And then turn the hand over. Fist underneath the elbow. That's got a bit of a sink. And then a rise. Up, all the way through the spine. Sink, drop. Open. Sink, drop. Open. Sink and drop. Open. So be flying at a slant. So push a little bit into the left. A little bit into the right to bring you back to the center. Hand is going to reach out as you fall forward. Push into your feet. Up nice and tall. Sink. Line up that spine. Rising up. Falling forward. White stork spreads wings. This is going to go up nice and tall. Let that come all the way around. Brush knee. Push the needle to C-bottom. Comes back, comes through. Sinks back, reaches out. Turn, then penetrates back. This is chop. Wipe the sleeve. Hold the flowers. In, out. Wipe the sleeve again. Punch. Hold the ball. There's making a circle there. I'm just going to plant that idea. It's part of our theme for today. Palm to palm. Open. This is going to go through. Comes back. This is going to go across, over, whip to one side, move hands like clouds. So your right hand comes up, left hand comes up, glides across. We have 5 of them if you're not familiar with this. So awareness in your right leg, awareness in your left leg. Awareness into the right, into the left, into the right, into the left. I think this is number 5. Into the right, comes out. This is going to come into the hip, across, whip out to one side, reach forward. Comes up. High pat on horse. Lift up nice and tall, so just like a little teeter. Sinks back towards the sit bone. Comes back out. Cross. Lift. Expand. Hands come in. Out. Cross. Expand. would turn around, would kick, brush knee, twist step, brush knee, twist step, and then this is a low punch. Comes down and through. Left hand comes up to the top, sorry, all the way around. Wipe the sleeve. Hold the flowers. Step through, deflect, parry, and punch. That's going to come out. Turn. This will be a kick. So we'll be up. Hold the flowers up to the right. Spirals through. Left hand chops across. Hold the flowers. Spirals through with your right hand. Comes across. Sinks back. Out. Cross. Hands circle in. All the way around. Strike. Let that go. And then you would be kicking to the left. Turn all the way around. Kick to the right. Hold the flowers. In, out. Wipe the sleeve. Punch. Wipe the sleeve again. Two hands go out. Up to the top. Sink. Drop. Lift and open everything up. Let that come through. And sink. Okay. Let's put the bow on the end of that. So that's part 2 of the Tai Chi set. Getting the flow started. We started with the feet, trying to get that activation, get the legs warmed up, get everything moving. So now let's put some Danyus in. I'm not going to trace meridians. That is an option. But I'm just going to do Danyus seated to standing. So we've got the hands coming out. Sink back. Balance on your feet. Sink back. And up and out. And drop down. So we've got out and back. Balance. And up and out. Sink. So I was chatting with Yvonne and Doug a couple days ago, and Yvonne was saying that she kept up with her 30 Danyus every day. They're doing their Tai Chi sets outside in the grass already. We haven't had that much luck with that, however. But keeping that 30 Danyus going was really valuable, and also running the sets on top of watching all of the Tai Chi that they can. There's 5 sets there. It's 5 times 3, we had 15. So you do 2 rounds of that and you're at 30. Very, very simple to get your 30 Danyus in a day. So if you'd like to rise to Yvonne's challenge of that, you are welcome to add that in. Okay, so Jeanette was saying here as comments that she loves doing the foot rub and does it every night before bed. That is fantastic. It is a good exercise before bed. The foot rub you can find on the YouTube channel under the Feet First System. And there's all kinds of 54 videos on feet. But the Feet First System does have the foot rub in there. I think I did it one of the days too, several weeks back. We won't say how many weeks. Okay, so today, here's our topic. The holding circle. And so I'm just going to read you a little bit what I wrote there. It's about accumulating your physical and your mental energy. And when we create the circle repeatedly throughout the set, then we find a balance by that cultivating action. And that gives us a sense of peace. So by the time we finished our Tai Chi, the worries of the day, the anxieties you brought in, the energy that's kind of vibrating, but you can't quite get it where you want it to go because it isn't flowing down and through, that is all calmed by the action of what we're doing. So I have Gerda Getty's book in my hand. I quoted from it yesterday. So I wanted to take, what she's done is she's taken the names that have come from the Tai Chi set. She spent over a year researching the background of all the names and the folklore, the pieces that legendary came down through time. And so I want to take the first 3 moves from the Tai Chi set. We're going to apply it to everything we're going to do today. So sequence 1 is known as grasping the bird's tail, holding the circle, single whip, bird closing the beak. So those are the 4. Now you have to remember everything was done in Chinese and then got translated. So depending on who's translating, what kind of words get used. So we're going to go with what she's accumulated from that, but you already know it's the first part of the Tai Chi set anyway. But holding the circle, we never actually really talk about. We do grasp bird's tail and then we say whip to one side. But holding the circle happens on your way to whip to one side. Okay, and I wanted to just read you a little bit, and then we're going to play with the moves and then move it into loka. So in the opening sequence of Tai Chi, we firmly root the standing position. That would be our commencement. And this is really important, especially if you have that energy that's erratic and kind of all over. You need to really ground it, bring it in, and let it flow up and down. And we've talked a lot over the last few weeks about centering and grounding. That's where it comes in. It's right in that action. So we'll play with that. So then we step into the movement called grasping the bird's tail. The bird is thought of as the messenger between heaven and earth, and grasping the bird's tail indicates the individual's first awareness and curiosity for your wider surroundings. The bird symbolizes air and spirit, so it seems that as we become more conscious, we feel ourselves as moving through the air and being illuminated by spirit. Okay, so that is awareness. So last couple of days I've talked about the layers of Tai Chi. The structure layer you start with when you first start learning it, and then as you start to understand how movement works, then you start to get deeper and deeper into the tissue until, as we're doing right now in the second part of low cut, you're actually working with the internal organs. And you've worked your way all the way through, so you're so relaxed you can get right in to all the tissue. Okay, so that's what they're talking about there. Grasping the bird's tail will change into holding the circle, showing that at this point we need to accumulate both physical and mental energy. So if your mind is off doing the grocery lists or the activities or the work schedule that needs to get done, and you're there, your body is in that tension. And between the two of them, they create this erratic energy, and it does not flow. So when we come back and center ourselves and bring that flow in, use our deep breath and our movement patterns, we have a much stronger capability of being very succinct and quick at getting the other stuff done, because the energy all flows correctly. If we do it from the erratic position, then you just keep going down that, and sometimes it's a long journey and sometimes a painful one. Okay, so holding the circle directs energies inwards, and these energies are contained and stored within the circumference of the circle. The movement of holding the circle is repeated many times during the performance, so the Tai Chi set. The last gesture of each of the 10 sequences, so that's the whole Tai Chi set, is called the single whip, where the fingers of the left hand close together to portray a bird's beak, and the right hand draws out the golden thread from the beak of the bird. And as each of these sequences is complete in itself, we can go to the quote of Shang Tzu. I'm not sure if I've said that correctly. The bird opens its beak and sings its note. Then the beak comes together again in silence. So nature and the living meet together in stillness, like the closing of the bird's beak after its song. That's where we're going to find stillness. And as we go through the Tai Chi set, the whip to one side happens a lot in the Tai Chi set. And that is, we've talked about pulling that golden thread from the lower dantian, your gifts, right? Letting go of anything you don't need. There's that stillness right there before that hand is going to move to whatever its next gesture is going to be, right? Okay, so There's our idea for today. Hello to everyone that's on there. Thank you for being here. Thanks for the love that some of you have sent. I appreciate the hearts. Okay, so let's go to the opening part of Tai Chi, and then I'm just going to link up some parts, and then we're going to go into the look-up. So you have your commencement, and I cannot stress enough how simple this is for grounding you. So planting the feet down into the ground and just letting everything rise. Nice big breath. Let everything go. Let the back relax. Let it all open. And the fingertips start to turn together, and your lower back has a chance to let go. That's going to cross. Right foot turns. Left heel lets go. So you're turning to face the side, and the hips line up. Hold the ball. There's our circle. Right there. Holding the circle. Comes around and out. Here's our hold the ball again. Another circle. Step. This comes, and we can put our fingers in different positions. I'm going to go to the wrist. We've talked about that across all the week, so I won't really go into that. Palm goes towards palm, and you can see the circle. Closing again. Open the hands. Now the circle goes out, and then watch it come around. There's the circle. And it comes out with the width to one side, step, and come through. Okay, so the delightful thing, you could do the whole set. My job here, those people who know the whole set, your job is to go practice. My job here is to make sure you can do a series of movements, relaxed and calm, so you can find flow. And if you practice, yesterday I talked about if I give you one corner, your job is to go find the other 3 corners of information. So as you learn some new move, you go to practice, so you understand all the aspects of that movement. And then you can come back for another layer. So as we go to do this, my job is to make sure you can just relax. Sink. Let the back open. Let everything flow. Fingertips come together. The lower back opens. And this is going to come through. Hold the ball. You're sinking down into the right. All your weight is in the right. You push it towards the left. 70% in the front, 30 in the back. And then you take 100. And it comes through. Ooh, crack, crack. There's a movement through my arms. Comes back through. Open the hands. Hands go out. Sinks back. So the right toe lifts and the whole body turns around. You spiral on the left toe. Let it come out. And then you're going to look to finish to your next direction. Okay? That felt even smoother. Okay, let's do it again. Really feel into the legs. When you have the 70% in one leg, you transfer to the 30% in the other. Transfer the weight over to the other side. There's that moment where you balance, where the tipping scale goes to the other side. That's your moment of stillness. You're finding those points. Mental, physical, all come together at that moment. There isn't anything that matters except that moment of stillness and sink, where the power is. And that stillness is where you have everything you need, is in that little spot. Okay, so commencement. Sink. So you have a spot down here, and then this transfers. Weight goes right into that right 100%, and then it transfers. Sink. And it comes out. Palm to palm. Open. Here's your circle. Fingertips turn towards each other. Comes right through lower dantian. Okay. I think that was even smoother. I don't know, sometimes just even the topic changes the way the whole movement goes. Today it's just like flowing. It's like I don't have any stiff joint anywhere. It's beautiful. I'm hoping you're finding that your mind has now cleared and everything is just nice and gentle. Okay, this time I'm going to try not to say anything, which is kind of hard, I know, when you're trying to watch. Just do the movement. Don't worry. You might be able to see me, but if you can do it without me, don't watch, just do it, and we'll finish probably about the same time. Take your deep breath in. Okay. Best way to do Tai Chi, no language. No language means the brain can shut off. Physical, mental, come right together. Hard to do when we're doing it by video long distance, but I hope you felt that. And just being able to do this. No language. So peaceful. Okay, that's where we want to get to. Okay, so that's the first part of the Tai Chi set. We warmed up the middle part of the Tai Chi set, so you have a chance to do that. And grasp bird's tail and holding the circle was what we wanted to focus on. So let's go to part 2 of the Tai Chi set. So I can give you one more movement from Tai Chi. We did carry tiger to the mountain. We did it seated. And so you're here, hands open. Your weight shifts into your right, and the left side frees up. And then you can sink back. So now within your arms is a circle. Then you have a brush knee, a bow and arrow, palm to palm. There's another circle. And now you have this circle. The hands go out, comes back. The hands come around like a whip to one side, but then the hands turn into a T, which does make a circle. It expands. So your hands go around your outer circle, and then finishes reaching out. As you walk through all of that, what's going on right in this space is the circle. And inside, internally, you have this going on, which you know from low cup. That zigzaggy motion, if everything is relaxed and you're not just working on structure, you're able to go inside and really let everything go. Then you have all of the organs talking to each other, and you have the fascia sliding back and forth and electrically charging everything and moving energy. So this little movement is extremely powerful, and when you study low cup and bring it back to this particular movement, you'll be able to see how much more you can add to your Tai Chi set to really understand the layers. Okay, so if you're here and you sink back with that back, this is going to go into the right foot so that your left foot can turn. Sink back into the left foot. Now you're holding that ball in your hands, not in your hands, but in this space here. Step. And then that ball transforms here. It expands here. It transforms again here. You see where that ball is the whole time. And then out. So I'm saying ball, meaning circle. Okay, so your hands are going around the outside, comes through, makes the T. This is going to come through your hips, inner pelvis, step through. And the last part would be up, hands turn, and we know that's changing the hip structure and letting it go. Okay? Let's try it this time, and I'm not going to say anything. You need to watch, but if you don't, just do it and just let yourself feel it. Okay? Here goes. Oh, sorry. Sorry, I went to do whip to one side instead of whip out diagonal. Just feels so good. But you need to get out of structure. You need to let the whole belly go. And you need to let yourself move inside of the legs instead of on the outside of the legs, the inside of the legs, which sounds really weird, but how that hip is doing this. The shoulders are also, like everything is moving, but really you're going to notice in here, but you're really going to notice in here if you can figure out how to let it go. Okay, let's just do the whip out diagonal part a couple of times, because then we're going to go to low cup. So I want you to know what it feels like in here. Then we're going to go low cup. Okay, so you would have come back. This would have come around. Okay, let's just do one more time. Okay, that gets us to there. So now let's go to part 2 of low cup, where we have been working on some very specific movements through the feet. Yesterday we worked on how to rise in the foot and back down, not rise, but solid, and how to move the hands to do that. And the last movement that we worked on before we finished yesterday was the hands trading places with each other. So I'll face sideways so you can see my hands, because if I actually turn around and face back, then you won't know what I'm doing. So we had come from this way. So right foot is forward, right hand comes back to the And we worked on letting that hip release, pulling the hips back so you're not sinking in them and closing the lower back. So that was a nice lineup, letting the hip open. This comes around across. As you do that, you step patois. Step with your right foot would be straight to the back. And this is a toyu with the hand coming up to the brow. Then as you step your left foot up, you push through your right foot, down into your left foot, and then you're going to step your right foot back into a toyu. Okay, so that's what we did. And I exaggerated all the movements so that you could see how you were working through the foot and how the hands and the feet are coordinated together. When we do the low cup set, it goes quite quick. It's just like whoop, whoop, and you're done. But if we take and break it down really slowly, you get a much better feel. Okay, so let's do that again. So this was right foot forward in a toyu. Hand comes back to the hip, flat. Sorry, I think I had it in a fist. So it's coming back flat. So now this, you're going to let the hip go. This is going to come around, and you can open. Step through. Push into the right foot, rises you up, down into the left foot, tailbone sinks, push back. Okay? Now, if you start to think about what you felt when we were doing the Tai Chi piece, without diagonal, what you were feeling inside, now try to feel that here. Okay? So right foot's forward, hand comes back. This is going to come around, patois. So there you have an opening in the lower part of the hip. This comes through. Watch placement of that hip. Push. Let everything inside release. Push. Okay. So let's go on from there because I want to do the next little part. So you're here, facing the back. This is going to sink back into the right, and the hands go to cross each other. The hands, the palms pass each other, and the right toe pulls out, so you can do a toyu facing the front. Okay, so let's do that again. So you just finished pushing out here. Hand keeps going, and you sink back. There's a release in the whole right side that way. Hands cross, pass each other, the right toe is turning, sink. Okay, so now the hands are out, and you draw your left foot in, and then you're going to turn so the hands can go past each other as you kick out your left foot. Step open, parallel. There's a ball. Circle. Comes back around. Sink. Feet go towards each other. Palms rise up, and at the top, tailbone drops. Okay, hopefully you could see all that. Try it again. Just move back a bit. So you're here. Sinks back. Turn the left toe. Turn the right toe. Sink down. Weight is on the right. Hands pass. Step over. Hands pass. Sink. Weight in the left. Foot comes in and up. Okay. I was leaning over on that because my left knee still has a little bit from being out in the garden. So don't copy me to be right over. You want to be a little bit further up. That's just me trying to get the power coming out of that knee. Okay, let's try it again. I got my buddy back. You're here. Hey, Hunter? Yeah. Okay, so we're here. This comes back. They pass. Just so smooth, this particular move. Hands are out. They turn to pass. Step over. There's a ball. passes, sink. In, up. Okay, hope that's okay for you. Let's try it one more time. Hands pass. I did that backwards. Sorry, I was going to go way out into a split. Do that again. Sorry. Sink back. There, now my weight's on the right foot. Left toe, right toe. That's better. Sink. Now the hands go to cross, the palms are out, and then you turn them to pass. Over. Sink down, opening, 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 opening. And comes up. Okay. The kick is slow. It doesn't have to be high. It could be here. All that's important really is that when you come around, you drop down into that leg, your weight immediately can go from 70% easily into 100. No transition, the head doesn't have to come up. The hands cross, turn, and it doesn't have to be high, just controlled. You can see where my balance doesn't move at all. And then what happens is you shift from the right to the left, from the left to the right. Guess where that ball is? The circle. You're cultivating that circle inside. It comes up, drop the tailbone. So you've got this circle on the inside. Then when your hands come up, the circle goes this way. So it transforms. Okay? So now that you know that's what you're looking for, let's do it one more time. Sink. So, step, goes over to the left, passes, sink. This is going to go up, out, down, because you're already into the next move. Okay. All right, so let's do the next move, because this is where another circle comes in. Okay, I'm just facing you so you can see. So we just finished here. You're going to step patois, which would be to your side, right side. And the left hand is going to come through and down, and you pretty much spiral around to the right. Step towards the left corner, and this turns inside to make the T. Then you roll your hands as you step patois with your right. There's the circle, and then step, and this is going to come back out. Okay, so let's just try that little piece again. Not sure where the best spot is for me. Okay, so up, sink, drop the tailbone, turns, spiral, sink. So now you've got step. There's that inside doing the zigzag again. Step patois. The inside goes zigzag. It comes around and it finishes by coming back out on the end. Hi, Hunter. Hey, you going to say hello to everybody? No, just be vocal. Okay. It goes up, sink, step, pull that out to the right, spiral. And if you notice, there's those toes that we worked on at the very beginning today. Push from the right foot into the left, patois, push from the left foot into the right. There's those toes again. Step and out. And you may just notice as you go through doing that how you are falling into one foot and pushing into the ball of the other foot. There is a lot going on here that changes where the fluid goes. Hey you, hey you. You come up and say hello to everybody. Say hello. Hey. Say, I just want my food. Enough of the Tai Chi stuff, huh? Okay. All right. There you go. Let's try it one more time. Really focusing on that movement. Okay, so you have here. Up and out. Sink, drop the tailbone. Step patois. Push out of the back foot. You can see how my heel is raised on the back on the left. Sink. Step. Inside is moving around. Roll. Step patois. Comes right through the body. Step. And out. Okay. From this little piece here, we roll that ball down, roll it up, hold the ball here, and roll it up. I just wanted to give you that because we keep doing those positions, but you just keep going inside. It's like you finally discovered all those inner organs can talk to each other and you're so excited. It's like us, right? Being in isolation for a while, and all of a sudden we can talk to each other. And that's what this whole little section does. Okay, so you just do from your hand came out here, just so you can feel that again through the core, because we just really worked that today. Roll out. Open the back. The ball goes around, or the circle goes around. Hold, and the circle goes around. And what you know is every hand position that we change is changing on the inside, and we're able to really, really change what's happening. Okay, once again, the whole hour goes. I don't know how it happens. Thank you for being here. I hope that you got some really good relaxation and some support in there. And as you go through some of the different lessons, I've tried to title them so if there's a theme you want to go back to play with, that is me giving you one corner and you going to look for the other three corners so you can figure out all the layers of a movement. Okay, have a great rest of your day. I hope the sun shines on you. It's still snowing here. Anyway, talk to you tomorrow. Have a great day.